Time heals everything. But what if time isn't the healer? What if you are? What if the very person you've been waiting for, the one you believe will pull you out of your darkness, has always been the reflection staring back at you in the mirror? There comes a point in life where you stop expecting people to understand your pain, to hold your hand through every storm, to fix what's broken within you. You realize that no one can carry the weight of your wounds better than you. And that moment, though painful, is also powerful because it's the moment you take your life back. The truth is simple yet shattering. No one's coming to save you. Not your friends, not your family, not even the world you keep hoping will see your worth. You are your own hero. You are your own rescue mission. You are the only one who can build your wings out of your own scars. Stop waiting, start becoming. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of fear. But most people never meet that version because they spend their lives waiting for signs, for people, for the perfect time that never comes. You keep hoping someone will notice your struggle and reach out their hand. But the truth is, no one can feel the depth of your pain like you can. You keep holding your breath, waiting for someone to pull you out. But healing doesn't work that way. Healing begins when you stop waiting for the world to change and start changing your world yourself. The moment you stop waiting, everything shifts. The energy you once used to hope for help turns into fuel to move forward. You start realizing that you don't need a rescuer. You need a reason. You don't need a miracle. You need motion. The day you take that first small step toward yourself, life starts to respond. The universe begins to align with your courage, not your complaints. Every dream that has ever come true didn't begin with someone being rescued. It began with someone deciding to rise. It began with a choice. The choice to stand even when it hurts, to move even when it's messy, and to rebuild even when it feels hopeless. You don't need permission to start. You just need the decision to not wait any longer. When you stop waiting, you begin creating. You begin seeing life not as something that happens to you, but something that happens through you. Every challenge, every heartbreak becomes the raw material of your growth. The waiting turns into becoming, the stillness turns into strength. The day you realize no one's coming is the day you truly start to live. Because in that realization lies freedom, the freedom to shape your life, your story, and your destiny without depending on anyone else. You stop chasing saviors and start becoming one. You stop searching for light and realize you are the light. You may not know where to begin, but begin anyway. You may not have all the answers, but take the first step anyway. Because life doesn't change when you're ready. It changes when you start. The universe rewards motion, not hesitation. The version of you you've been waiting for is built one brave choice at a time. And someday, when you look back, you will smile and realize that the person who came to save you was always you, strong, imperfect, determined, and beautifully enough all along. Your pain is not your prison, it's your power. Pain can feel like chains, like a weight that keeps you grounded when all you want to do is fly. But what if the pain isn't your prison? What if it's your teacher? What if the very thing you're trying to escape is the thing that's meant to shape you into the person you were always meant to become? Pain doesn't come to punish you, it comes to prepare you. It breaks you, yes, but only to rebuild you stronger. Every scar has a story, and every wound carries wisdom. The reason pain feels unbearable is because it forces you to confront truths you've been running from. It strips away illusions, comforts, and expectations, leaving you raw and real. It teaches you to find strength in your weakness, clarity in your chaos, and peace in your struggle. Pain is not the end of you, it's the beginning of your evolution. When you stop viewing pain as the enemy, it becomes your greatest ally. Because pain pushes you where comfort never will. It demands growth. It forces you to dig deeper, to find resilience you didn't know you had. Pain refines your purpose, awakens your empathy, and gives depth to your voice. It becomes the reason you rise higher, love harder, and live louder. There's beauty in your breaking, even if you can't see it yet. Every time life shatters you, it's giving you a chance to rebuild with wisdom, to create a stronger foundation within. You are not the sum of your suffering, you are the strength that was born through it. Your scars are proof that you survived battles others know nothing about. When you learn to use your pain instead of hiding from it, you become unstoppable. You start creating from your scars, inspiring through your wounds, and walking with a grace that only those who've been broken can carry. You realize that nothing that tried to destroy you succeeded because here you are, still standing. Pain gives you power, it gives you purpose, it gives you perspective. And the moment you see it that way, it no longer controls you, you control it. You transform from a victim of life to a warrior of growth. Pain no longer defines you, it refines you. So don't curse your pain. Honor it. Let it teach you. Let it awaken you. Because one day, the very pain that broke you will be the reason someone else believes they can survive too. Discipline is the real self-love. People talk about self-love as comfort, but real self-love is not soft. It's not face masks and candles, it's discipline. It's waking up early when you want to sleep in. It's doing what you said you'd do long after the feeling has faded. It's choosing growth over comfort and purpose over pleasure. That is love, love for the person you are becoming. Discipline doesn't feel like love in the moment, it feels like sacrifice. But every small act of discipline is a declaration that you believe in yourself enough to stay consistent. It's saying, I deserve better, and I'm willing to work for it. Discipline is the silent force that shapes dreams into reality. Because without it, intentions are just wishes. When you keep promises to yourself, you build trust within your soul. You stop looking for validation because you know your worth. Every day you choose discipline, you tell yourself that your goals matter, your growth matters, and your future matters. You stop betraying yourself for temporary comfort. There will be days when you won't feel motivated, but discipline doesn't depend on feelings, it depends on commitment. You learn that emotions come and go, but actions create change. The ones who rise are not the ones who always feel inspired, but the ones who show up even when it's hard. Discipline is self-respect in motion. It's refusing to settle. It's holding yourself accountable because you know you're capable of more. It's not punishment, it's protection, protecting your dreams from distraction, protecting your vision from fear, protecting your progress from laziness. Every time you choose discipline, you choose your future. You choose long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. You build momentum, confidence, and a sense of peace that no external praise can match. Because you know you're doing the work. And that is enough. So love yourself, not with excuses, but with effort. Love yourself enough to demand more from yourself. Because the greatest form of self-love is in comfort, it's consistency. Build unshakable faith in yourself. Faith is not built in the sunshine, it's forged in the storm. It's born when everything around you is uncertain, and yet you choose to believe. Believe that you will rise, that you will overcome, that you have what it takes, even when evidence says otherwise. Faith in yourself is not arrogance, it's trust in your inner strength, in the divine spark that lives within you. When you build faith in yourself, you stop chasing approval. You stop doubting your worth because you realize you are not defined by your failures, your past, or your pain. You become grounded in the truth that everything you need to rise already lives within you. You start walking differently, speaking differently, and believing differently. Self-faith is not about knowing all the answers. It's about trusting that you'll figure it out along the way. It's understanding that even when you fall, you'll rise again, not because you're perfect, but because you're persistent. Faith is your anchor when everything else feels uncertain. The world may not always believe in you, but that's okay. You are not here to convince anyone. You are here to prove to yourself that you can rise again and again. Faith whispers, I can, even when fear screams, I can't. It is that whisper that builds empires and changes destinies. When you have faith in yourself, obstacles stop looking like endings and start looking like opportunities. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. You stop shrinking yourself to fit in and start expanding yourself to stand out. Faith gives you the courage to take risks and the strength to rebuild after every fall. Faith in yourself doesn't mean you won't feel fear. It means you won't surrender to it. It means you'll take one more step even when the path is unclear. It means you'll trust that every detour is still leading you home. That's the power of unshakable faith. It doesn't remove the storm. It reminds you that you are the storm. And when you live from that faith, you no longer wait for life to save you. You start shaping it with your own hands, your own heart, and your unbreakable belief that you were never meant to give up. Rise so high that your past can't reach you. Your past is not a place to live, it's a place to learn. Too often, people get trapped in what went wrong, the heartbreaks, the failures, the regrets. They replay memories like movies that drain their strength. But the truth is, your past was never meant to define you. It was meant to refine you. You cannot rise while holding on to what tried to break you. The moment you decide to rise, you must also decide to release. Release the weight of what you cannot change, the guilt that serves no growth, and the pain that has overstayed its welcome. Your past cannot chase you if you stop turning back to look at it. You owe your future the version of you that keeps moving forward. Rising above doesn't mean forgetting. It means forgiving, not because they deserve peace, but because you do. Forgiveness is freedom. It's saying, you no longer control my peace, my energy, or my direction. It's choosing to walk lighter, not bitter. When you rise high enough, the voices of your past start fading away. Every time you choose growth over grudges, you elevate. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you ascend. Every time you choose love over fear, you soar. The higher you rise, the smaller your past becomes. Because healing is not about erasing memories, it's about outgrowing them. Don't let your past define your identity. You are not what happened to you. You are what you became despite it. You are not your mistakes, you are your lessons. You are not your pain, you are your power. And when you carry that truth, your past loses all its grip on your soul. Keep rising until your old self doesn't recognize you. Keep growing until the pain that once broke you becomes the proof of how far you've come. Keep walking until you reach a place where peace feels natural and pain feels distant. Rise so high that only gratitude can reach you, and one day, when you look back, you'll smile not because life was easy, but because you were stronger. You saved yourself, and that will always be your greatest victory in the end. You know, when it all comes down to it, saving yourself isn't about becoming cold or heartless. It's about realizing that you are the hero you've been waiting for all along. Life will test you, people will leave, and moments will break you. But every time you rise again, you prove that strength isn't something you find, it's something you build. The world starts to change the moment you decide to stop expecting rescue and start rewriting your own story. That's the real glow up when you choose yourself, even after being forgotten by others. And honestly, that's the most powerful kind of freedom, the kind that comes when you stop chasing validation and start chasing your own potential. You begin to see that every scar, every failure, and every lonely night was never meant to destroy you. It was preparing you for this version of yourself, bold, fearless, and unshakably whole. So, stand tall, my friend, because no one's coming to save you, but that's the best news ever, because you were born to save yourself.